Hi, I'm Tom Donahue, BROC Community Action CEO and host today for BROC Talk. Today we're so excited to have on our program three heavy hitters in the food distribution world here in Rutland County, such an important task. We want these experts on the program today to talk to you about the well-known annual event that's coming up November 5th, 6th, and 7th and 8th, 6th, 7th, and 8th. That's a Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, known as Stuff a Bus. And you all know it. We're going to talk about it today. I hope you'll stay tuned and learn about the important things going on at each of their food shelves. So without further ado, let me introduce our guest for the program today, the director of the food shelf at Rutland Community Cupboard. Very, very important operation that's going on. And that is Audrey Bridge. Audrey, welcome to the program.
Thank you.
Glad to have you here.
Glad to be here.
And then to Audrey's left, Amy Scott of the BROC Community Food Shelf. Hello, Amy.
Hi, Tom.
Welcome to the show. And Amy's left, John Donahue, who is also runs a food shelf, of course, at the Salvation Army, very well-known operation.
Hi.
And happy to have you on the program today,
Thank
John.
You. Glad to be here.
Thank you for being here. So we're going to get right into it. First of all, we'll circle back to your food shelves in a minute, but let's just talk about the theme here, Stuff a Bus. So we've all been partnering in this, or as three organizations that are feeding people, a paramount task right now in Rutland County and throughout Vermont. Audrey, talk to us a little bit about first of all, your excitement for Stuff a Bus, the 6th, 7th, and 8th.
I love Stuff a Bus. Stuff a Bus is a blast. We get to see the best of Vermont, and people just come out. They get really excited. They're happy to help their neighbors. The kids come. Captain
Credit Union.
Credit Union.
I almost said credit pants.
Well, he's got the red outfit on. You can't miss him.
Captain Credit Union comes out, and it's like old home day for us. Everybody comes that we haven't seen in a while, and we get a chance to visit and also talk about the issues that are happening at the time. And right now, it's very serious. Right. But Stuff a Bus is the best.
And Amy, your experience, same?
My experience with Stuff a Bus is fantastic. This is our second year with John this year. So, and like Audrey was saying, it feels like old home day at this point, but it's because the three of our agencies working so well together and with the relationship that we have, knowing that we are all taking care of people in our community and that we're all in this together to do it together.
We're a team.
It's the gateway to the holiday season for me. Exactly. So Stuff a Bus, and then we have Thanksgiving, and then we have the holidays. So this is it's the kickoff to the holiday season as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, it is. That's right. It's very important that we have a great time doing it. It's a lot of fun working with these ladies down there every year. Even though we're there at 6 in the morning until 6 at night, we have a tendency to just have fun while we're doing it because we're here for the people of Rutland County. It's a very difficult time right now. We're seeing a lot of people really hurting with families. She talked about the Thanksgiving coming up. We have our Thanksgiving baskets and our Christmas baskets and toys for the kids with Angel Tree. This all starts with Stuff a Bus. Because if we can't get the amount of food from Stuff a Bus, it's getting harder for us to acquire the food we need with limited budgets and time. So it's a great way for people to donate. And I found that this county is very, very giving. I see it every year since I've been here. I've only been here 3 years, and I see what the people in this Rutland area are willing to give to help people that have less than they do.
And John, well, I'm going to segue with that too, because you mentioned Thanksgiving, and can you talk to us about your Thanksgiving efforts this year? You mentioned why Stuff a Bus leading up to it is so important.
We've taken the applications for Thanksgiving food baskets. We do this every year, and we put together upwards of 90 to 100 food baskets for Thanksgiving. And this food is what helps go into those baskets. We have people come down and put the baskets together for us, and then people come in and pick them up. You have to register for it, and we make sure every family can get some food for Christmas. And Thanksgiving first, and then same thing for Christmas.
And that's excellent, and thank you for that effort because it's so important to local people, and you've been doing it every year like that.
Every year, and I should mention the Council on the Aging, because the case managers from the council actually come down and put the baskets together for us.
Oh, wow, great.
And then they take the ones they need for their seniors who can't come down to to our establishment to get their baskets. So it's really a hands-on effort from more than one agency.
Yeah, great point about that. And volunteerism is so important, and we do appreciate all the volunteerism at Stuff a Bus too. There's many people, I'm sure we'll see Bill Gillum this year, and is one example. But I do want to also just say too that we're so fortunate to have our local radio personalities who come out from Catamount Radio.
Yep.
Kind of featured on WJJR, but really all the stations at Catamount Radio, and their talent that comes out, their radio personalities that people hear every day and actually love, not just like, but love, and have them actually be broadcasting this for 3 days, makes a significant difference, as well as, PEG TV here coming down and putting on segments throughout the time to remind people that it's happening. And like you said, Amy, I feel the same way, that it is really the kickoff to the holiday season is Stuff a Bus. Talk to us about what your plans are for Thanksgiving. Stuff a Bus is not just about, what we're doing day to day, which is so difficult, but paramount. Yep. But it's also about making sure that people don't go without during the holidays.
Yes, and the food that comes from the community for Stuff a Bus helps us out a lot with the holidays. So things like cranberry sauce and stovetop stuffing or bags of stuffing, any of those are non-perishable items that can all be donated. Mm-hmm. So if the holiday is what you're starting to think about, that is something that we can use to put together those baskets.
Yes.
And to put together, so we have plans this year of giving away a large amount of turkeys. We luckily were sponsored this year by Oliver Subaru. They helped us purchase turkeys for the community. And so we'll be collecting names starting on the 4th of November at BROC Community Action for our Thanksgiving giveaway. And we have the turkeys, and then we have the non-perishable food items that go with those in boxes. We've already started making the boxes. We have 100 of them made so far. Our total goal is 500. So we have, but we can do more than that. So with the community's help. The more items that are donated at this point, because, we've spent the budget.
Right.
So, but the need is greater than the amount of money that you're able to spend. And I know that that's the same for all of us.
Yeah.
Funds are tight.
And talk to us about that, Audrey, a little bit, because, obviously it's been in the news, not only locally, statewide, and nationally, about Supplemental Nutritional Assistance Program, SNAP, Vermont, calling it 3 Squares Vermont, being dialed back because of the government shutdown. Now the state's stepping up to fulfill some of that, which is, on a limited basis. It's a couple of weeks at a time until we see if the government reopens. But in the meantime, you folks have been
panicking,
and you've been stepping
They're
up.
rushing in. Normally, we maybe would have 15 new applications every week, and in 3 days, we've already have more than 30.
Wow.
We're seeing people we never saw before that never thought that they would be in this situation.
Right.
They are very concerned, how are they going to feed their children?
Right.
Some of our elderly clients are really concerned as well. They just need to get everything that they can. And, we have a very small staff and a small budget, and we're just doing everything we can to keep up with it and keep those shelves stocked.
And you have a lot of volunteers at Rutland Community Cupboard?
We do, but we can always use more. We can use you.
You can say that on this show. So that's good.
Absolutely, absolutely. We need a friend-raiser.
Friend-raiser, I like it.
Yeah, well, it's got to happen. People need to eat. That's a
fundamental, isn't it? That's right.
Basic need that we all have, and
That's right.
we're doing everything we can to help that happen. And we need the support of the community, and this community always responds, and they do it in such a giving, caring way that we can't thank them enough.
Yeah, we've never seen so much need, and even beyond the pandemic, honestly. So less resources, more people.
Absolutely. Well, we had such an influx because we had the housing when we were doing the hotel program. So many people came here, and now they're just stuck. And many of them don't have housing, which is why we always ask for pop-tops. You know, it's difficult when you have to carry all your personal belongings to have something that, like, as heavy as a can opener. So,
right. Yeah. So let's talk about some of the details, because people are tuned in for Stuff a Bus, November 6, 7, and 8. That's a Thursday, Friday, Saturday. We're excited about it. We're going to be on buses. We want to shout out to the Marble Valley Regional Transit District, which is the bus, as we affectionately know it in Rutland, because they are so gracious in providing that, which become iconic with this event, you know, to have that. You see the bus, you know that it's there to fill with food and non-perishables. But so we want to shout out them. But
4 buses this year.
Yeah, so go ahead and talk about that, Amy.
So we have the locations for Stuff a Bus. Graciously, the grocery stores are expanding those, it seems.
Yes.
So, and as they do that, the bus parks more buses for us and donates more staff and more time and more. So we really have to say thank you, because not only are we stuffing the bus this year at Market 32 in downtown Rutland, but we also have the west side of Rutland covered with the Market 32 at West Rutland.
Great.
We have Hannaford in Rutland Town, and we'll also have a bus at Grand Union this year.
That's great.
So Audrey was
So most of our major shopping meccas are covered with a bus.
So there's no reason not to stop.
Exactly.
So you're always not far from a bus that we're stuffing. So
we're making it as convenient as possible.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So you can run in, grab a couple of things from the grocery store, and maybe donate one to us on the way back to the car.
It's funny you mention that, because somebody had said to me, you know, I go and find all the buy one, get one frees, and I buy the one from my home, and the get one free I put into my bag for the Stuff a Bus.
It's a brilliant idea.
It's a great strategy.
I support that.
So,
John, let me ask you about non-perishables. So what are we talking about?
Non-perishables, anything in cans, and as Audrey said earlier, flip tops are very helpful because we have people who don't have can openers. I, for instance, have a lot of motel people who walk up to my site because I'm up on North Main Street. I'm not downtown. We need that. And as they mentioned, cranberry sauce, stuffing, nourishment foods. You know, soups, baked beans. We never get enough baked beans. I don't know why.
Good to know.
Chili, and that tuna fish. Any canned meals, especially especially nutritional. That we can get for these people, because they don't have a lot to work with. You're living in a motel with a microwave. So think quick, easy meals. Pancake mix would be nice. Cereals are nice.
Excellent.
Potatoes, instant potatoes are nice, if you can bring those. I get rid of a lot of that stuff. So we're looking for non-perishable. Oh, one thing, no glass, please. We can't have
no glass.
Our disc jockeys breaking cans of pickles on the bus because we'll smell it all day long, which he did once. I'm not mentioning which DJ it was, so I'll let it go at that.
Yeah. But a very good description, because I can imagine how that smells. And so,
well, and it's safety too.
Yeah, the whole idea of glass is to avoid the glasses, because we have so many people actually helping to move the food to get it from the bus then to your food shelves.
And often it's children,
and then on the shelves.
And they're not necessarily thinking. It's exciting, it's festive.
So we avoid glass at all costs.
Make one point. If you're bringing stuff down and you have a small box for the food you're bringing down, bring it down in the box rather than a paper bag or a plastic bag. It makes it much more easy for the people loading the bus if you do that.
John, while we're on you again, would you talk about the description of your location so people know where to find you?
Yeah, we're at One Field Avenue, which basically is Godnick Furniture Store's basement, is basically where we are. And we're right off North Main Street.
Yeah,
That's
Godnick
iconic
furniture.
too.
Godnick Furniture.
Yeah.
You see the Godnick sign? Take that left or right at that street, and that's
you found you.
Field Avenue. Walk in,
Perfect.
and we've got plenty of food right now, anyway, for people.
And then what hours are you there typically, John? So if they
For
wanna come
food
in and see
service,
you?
we're there 3 days a week, Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays from 10 to 1.
Okay.
We may be expanding that a little bit towards the holidays. We may go a little, an hour more or less, just so people can get there. We're finding that with just those 3 hours, we had a lot of people in.
Yeah.
I mean, when I first started this, we had about 60 families come in a month. Now, this month here, I haven't finished it yet, I'm at 140 families.
Wow, so that demonstrates the increase in the need.
Increase, and I think we registered, in one day, we registered 10 new clients. So we're out of town, so we don't get as many as
Yeah.
in town do, but we get our fair share.
And they see you when they come in, right?
That's it. I'm it. There's nobody there but
If
me.
someone wants to come by, but if someone wants to come by,
Yep.
you're the host, you're the leader there.
I'm the host.
Yeah, and you'll see you. Okay, good to know, and thank you for that. And Amy, same question, I guess. Talk about your availability.
Certainly. We are located at 45 Union Street in Rutland, Vermont. We are, you can see us from the Walmart parking lot, but you do take Union Street, which comes under the train trestle on State, to get to our location. Anybody who lives in Rutland County can shop at BROC Community Action. We do not have a financial, you don't have to be under a financial amount to be able to shop with us. Anyone that lives in Rutland County is able to shop.
And is that the same for you, John?
Yes,
Yep.
all of Rutland County. We don't do the finance. We do ask for an ID. That's the only thing
Sure,
that
okay.
the Salvation Army has required me
Yeah,
to do.
okay.
And we don't worry about, as she said, income. If you're in need of, because we get some elderly who just
Right.
hit a rough bump.
Right.
And they may have a decent income, but something happened and they need a little help.
Right.
So we don't.
Exactly.
We're just the same way, no
Yeah.
income.
And then, not to interrupt Amy, just one second, but is Audrey same thing?
No, actually, we go by the USDA,
Okay.
the income levels that
Okay,
they allow.
yep.
But in 3 years, I think I've had 4 people that didn't qualify. It's
Got it.
very generous,
Yeah,
so.
perfect.
But we do
Perfect.
have a limit.
Excellent. Okay, and I'm going to get to you about your location right after Amy finishes. I'll try not to interrupt again.
Oh, no, that's okay. So, because it's good information for everyone to
Yeah,
have, and it's
great
important.
information. Yeah.
So we are open Monday through Friday from 11 a.m. until 3 p.m. On Fridays, we close at 2 for the regular community, and then we open at 2 for seniors. So we do a special senior hour from 2 to 3 on Fridays.
Perfect.
And that's specifically so they can avoid the hustle and bustle.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
and gives the
Yeah.
seniors a little bit of time to take their time and shop and not feel rushed.
Great.
But we have recently expanded our hours. And like John, I hear you say, like we're open these days for a couple hours a day. And then what's going on behind that is all of the work that it takes to
Right.
bring in the food, stock the
Yes.
shelves, right? And so
Exactly.
that's what our volunteers help with. So, and they're very important to all of us. So we thank our volunteers specifically. But yeah, 11 to 3, Monday through Friday, you can find us at BROC Community Action, open for shopping.
And Audrey, let's talk about your location, River Street.
River Street.
Yeah.
So if you were coming out of Walmart and you took a right, you go up that little hill, there's a light there. It's on Sykes Avenue. And you come over the bridge and we're right at the bottom of it.
Yep.
So that's 65
Yep.
River Street.
And
And we're open 5 days a week. We stagger our schedule for working people, and we also work with the bus route.
oh, that's good to know.
Yeah, well, we planned it that way.
Yeah, that's great.
We're trying to think
Excellent.
about our shoppers and
Right.
how we can make it easy for them.
Right.
We are
That's great.
open Monday, Wednesday, Friday from 11 to 12 for seniors. You're right, there is a lot more hustle and bustle. with the younger folks, and we like to give them a chance to just go through and do what they need to do. And then anyone can come from noon to 2 o'clock. And then on Tuesday and Thursdays, we open at 3 o'clock for our seniors, and we open from 4 to 5:30 for individuals. We recommend that people come 20 minutes before we close. Number one, so many of them are signing up, and that takes time.
Right.
And we have a pretty robust food shelf, so they need to allow themselves time to shop and think about their choices.
Right. And John, you touched on this, so I want to get the consensus of the group, but I sense also, along with you, John, that we're seeing more seniors.
Yes, we're seeing more seniors, and it's heart-wrenching. You know, I'm a senior, so I watch them come in and know that they're really hurting, or again, as I said, it's a hiccup for them, and they haven't. And speaking of the bus, we're also on the bus route. So it's a north bus that you would take, comes right in front of our door.
Great.
So if you have to take the bus to get to us, it stops right there. And the bus driver will stop in front of the building.
Excellent. And that's a nice tie-in, actually, with the fact that Stuff a Bus
That's
utilizes the bus and also provides transportation to and from the food shelves.
Yes.
That's an excellent tie-in, really. And same thing, Amy, you're seeing more seniors?
We are. Seniors, folks on disability, when you receive SNAP benefits, and that is your primary way of purchasing your groceries every month, and the food prices are astronomical. I mean, we all know that a bag of groceries went from $25 to $50, and now we're up to, what, $90 to $100 for a bag of groceries. Those same SNAP benefits are purchasing the same groceries, but they just don't go as far.
Got it.
We have seniors that come in that have $20 left over at the end of the month to purchase food. So, and people will pay bills and go without eating. So the three of us sit here on this panel ready and willing to make sure that we do everything that we can to make food available for folks who are living on that stretched budget.
Right.
Our budgets are stretched as well, but it's very, very important to feed our community. That's something that we all really hold dear in our hearts and are really excited to do. And Stuff a Bus gives us that chance. It gives us the chance to be supported by our community. We feel that community support when folks stop at the bus and they say hello, and they're right. Because we all know a lot of people in town.
Yes.
I mean,
combined, we know everybody, don't we?
right. We hope
We
so.
must. We must.
So, and if we don't know you, we'd love to meet you at Stuff a Bus.
And if we don't,
So-
the on-air talent from the Catamount Radio and JDR and so forth does know everybody. If we don't, they do. So yeah, it is kind of a great community event, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
and
Yeah, that's the
so taking care of our community and taking care of the folks that need us can be a wonderful community event this year. And I'm really hoping that this is the Stuff a Bus that we talk about from now on. Because the need is out there, food is in the news. Everybody knows that this is something that their neighbors are struggling with. You may be struggling yourself. If you are not able to purchase food to bring down, please feel free to call us, and you can even just put in a couple of hours of volunteerism. We would love to have you. And
it's important that, you know, I think people are afraid to admit that they need help. And we wish you would not be afraid. We're not here to pass judgment. We're here to help. And I have caseworkers now, case managers from the hospital and mental health who come in to register their clients with us. And we just put their name down as the case manager or the aide for that person. So if you can't get out of the house for whatever reason, find your case manager, find a friend or not a parent, a sibling or someone you know, come down and register you for food, and they can pick up that food for you. We do it with the hospital, with the Council on Aging, with mental health, and the nursing agency in town. I forget the name of it. What is it?
Beata.
Yes, they have counselors who are picking up food for people who can't get out of their homes. So please, don't be afraid. We're not passing judgment on anybody. It's a need that we service, and we want to service it. So please come down and see us.
Hunger is a public health crisis.
Yes, it is.
Now, we will be taking donations if you don't bring food, and that's acceptable and gives us the ability to get that, acquire that ourselves, and make sure that people get to eat well-rounded meals, of course. I do want to mention a couple of other initiatives going on in the community now. I know a lot of different organizations, companies, schools. You have a big initiative going on at Christ the King Church right now with Father Bernie, and he's raising donations and lots of food. I saw at church last week. I know at the same time, Heritage Family Credit Union is doing a huge fundraiser right now. I'm sorry, a food raiser that they'll match, which is very, very significant. We're excited about that, their partnership there. They've always been. And then all of the schools jump in on it, is not only Christ the King School, but the Rutland City Public Schools and others. You know, I think we're teaching young folks how to donate, help others. This is about helping our neighbors in need. When the schools come in with all the school buses, it's quite a sight, isn't it?
It's so exciting.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
It's really fun.
And to see those kids want to contribute, you know, and how much they raised, and it's really competitive within the schools, which is fun too. So it really is a tremendous event. It's as much about the food as it is about community. And I want to thank you all for your efforts, not only at Stuff a Bus, where we all joined together in this initiative to feed our neighbors, but then when you go back to what you do and you're distributing this food and you're meeting with the people, and you know they're in a difficult time to come to you, as you indicated, John.
Yeah.
You know, it's hard. You know, I want to recognize you for that, because you're doing it every day, and it's hard work.
We love our community.
Yeah, so the fun part is Stuff a Bus. The work begins the next day, doesn't it?
Yep.
It sure does. It sure does.
And leading up to it, of course. But we're so grateful that the community, with the collaboration of the supermarkets, we're so grateful, the bus, the radio stations, and then you know, organizations like Heritage getting behind this, that make that difference for getting these buses stuffed, literally, you know, where they're stuff one, they bring in another. We're so grateful because it does make a big difference in what you have to do every day. What you mentioned, Amy, you know, it's not just the opening operating hours, it's the fact that you're stocking and cleaning all of the other hours of the day.
Absolutely.
Basically, every day is an 8-hour day.
And there's ordering and stocking and so much.
Right,
moving.
the ordering
Right.
too, that's a good point.
How many
Absolutely.
times do you touch everything that's in there?
Right.
So many more than people even imagine.
Exactly. So your efforts and the staff's efforts and the volunteers' efforts are such a big part of this, getting this accomplished, getting it done once the buses are stuffed, and then you're every day, year round. But we're excited to be able to celebrate it once a year. Stuff a Bus is almost like a celebration of the community.
It is.
You know, supporting what you're doing.
It is.
It is. That's what it feels like to me.
Yeah.
It feels like the community is celebrating what we are doing when we're doing Stuff a Bus together.
Right.
Yeah.
So, and it's lovely to be able to celebrate that with Audrey and with John every year. And I'm really thankful for the opportunity to be in the position where I am, where we are here to support our community every day. I'm thankful all of the time for all of the opportunity that Rutland has given to me, and I'm happy that my job is to give back to this community that I love, because Rutland, Vermont is a really special place.
And I think that's the perfect note to end on. So I want to thank our guests on the program today. We're talking about Stuff a Bus, November 6th, 7th, and 8th. We hope that we will see you there at one of the supermarkets, and to donate to the efforts of these great people. For Audrey Bridge at Rutland Community Cupboard, Amy Scott, BROC Community Food Shelf, and John Donahue at the Salvation Army, I want to say thank you for all your efforts. Thank you for participating together in stuffing these buses. And I want to thank also PEG TV for your efforts in making sure that the public is aware of this opportunity to give. We thank you for helping feed our neighbors. For BROC Community Action, I'm your host, Tom Donahue, and again, look forward to seeing you at Stuff a Bus.